Hi, I'm Lisa. Welcome. This is day 10, and the topic for today is resting in the holy instant. So I introduced the topic of the holy instant yesterday, and I've also been talking a lot about resting. I'm aware that I've been giving you a lot of content. I've been asking a lot of you, and I've been saying that this isn't about striving. And the rest that I'm talking about is not the rest that the world talks about, of taking a day off and lying down in your bed. It really is a resting of your energy fields, of resting your mind, of being still. And what you probably have noticed is the mind is very active, it's very chaotic. It's always moving. It's thinking about the past, it's thinking about the future, it's thinking about problems. And so what you're doing is you're inserting these moments of rest into your day, where you're just taking a moment, and it's this place, Bill, my husband, he always puts his hand on his heart. And I love that because it's really, for me, it brings all the energy fields back in. I'm thinking about my problem, I'm thinking about the future. It's like the energy fields are just moving. And that's why I feel chaotic, and that's why you feel tired. It's because you're in this sea of movement. And now in the mastery, you're allowing yourself to say, okay, I'm resting now. I'm resting from all that mind activity. And I'm coming back to this present moment. And this is where I live. I live in the resting place. And you're going to live in the resting place. And I'm very active, though. If you looked at my calendar and you looked at the things that I do in the day, I do a lot, but I don't do them. They're happening through me. And, if you're familiar with the Course in Miracles, there's a term that says, I need do nothing. And that is one that so many people get confused over because they just think, oh, I just can do nothing. And that's not what it means. It means I, the limited self-identity called Lisa Natoli, does nothing. But the Christ, that's the light in me, does everything. And I'm cooperating with it now. I'm allowing this integration to occur, and it's working through me. And I'm allowing it to move me, and I'm moving with it. And everything has become easy now. And it's a whole new way of living. We're so used to doing things by ourselves. And what A Course in Miracles is, it's a systematic way of a different perception of everyone and everything in the world. And it removes the blocks and the obstacles that you put in place to protect yourself from what you thought was a fearful world. And what we've been doing over the last 2 weeks is just seeing how willing you are to let it all go. Just to see it's holding you in a space, and you don't want to be held there anymore. You don't want to keep looping in your old stories and your excuses and your regrets, in your if-onlys. If only I had more money, if only I had a better body, if only I had better relationships. That's all just keeping you stuck, your spirit. But the human being is stuck in a timeline. We're stuck. And now we're emerging from that. We're emerging out of that place of fear. And as you move, it does require trust. It requires you to live in a whole new way. And so what's going to happen now, and again, no matter where you think you are, it's perfect. If you think you haven't let go of the past, perfect. Just be where you are. Because in this resting place, what's going to happen is you're going to start hearing the voice for God. And it's your mind. This is your whole mind. And you're connected to it now. And you can't hear that voice when you're stuck in the chaos and the stories and the regrets and the excuses and the blaming and the guilt. And you can't hear the voice. And what I love about A Course in Miracles, it's actually 2 parts. And it's a book. And you don't have to have it right now, but it is what I'm working from. And it's actually 2 parts. The first part is the undoing of all your false beliefs. It takes you through a transformation. And then there's a second part where you remember your identity And then what's asked of you is to share this message with others, to join in what A Course in Miracles calls the atonement, where you're now helping others who are suffering the same way you once were suffering. And that's why I do what I do. You know, I said a few days ago, I do not like sitting in front of a video camera. And it's a place of discomfort for me. And I do it because of the gratitude that I feel for what has occurred to me and for the teachers and the individuals who were expressing this message so that I could hear it when I was suffering. And what I'm noticing as I stay in my discomfort zone of sitting in front of a camera, for example, it gets easier. You know, it just becomes more natural. And this is what happens. I'm asking you to step outside of your comfort zone a little bit and do things just slightly differently. And as you do them, you feel these emotions. It's like things that were buried start moving. There's energy moving. You might feel sad or angry or, you know, just very afraid. And all you have to do is just find that resting place. You know, just do what Bill does. Just hand on the heart for a second and say, okay, I'm going to bring all those energy fields back in. I'm resting in the holy instant. I'm not alone. God is with me. I'm perfectly safe, even though I don't feel perfectly safe right now. I am. And I'm just going to trust whatever's happening in this moment. And then you move from that place. You suddenly feel this peace. You feel a place of like, okay, I'm going to be okay. And then you're moving from that place. And we're taking baby steps. I know they seem like quantum leaps. Like I'm asking a lot of you. I recognize that. But you're going to see how different life really becomes. And that's what I want for you. And there's no going back. You begin to see that you cannot entertain those victim stories anymore of other people doing things to you, because you know that you're holding yourself in a space of fear. And you don't want to do that anymore. You want to see everyone as your friend. And just be gentle on yourself. Really just wherever you are, just know that it's all good. And we're doing this together. And I'm so grateful for you for being here. And we are joined together in the world. And like I've said, this world does need light. It needs you. It needs your love. And I thank you for being here. So just spend time today in the quiet, resting in the holy instant. I love you.